What's up, guys? It's another episode of the Roma English podcast, sixth episode, and this is a bit of a special one. It's going to be a season review. We're going to have best player, best moment, best goal. We're going to give all the players ratings, the staff ratings. Did I miss something? I think so.
Before that, we're going to obviously discuss the Sevilla game.
Yeah,
exactly.
but that's going to be a pretty short segment because there's not really that much to talk about.
Can I start?
Absolutely.
Because the start of the game wasn't awful because they didn't create too much, but I feel like we looked good defensively and we looked like we were defending as a unit, but we couldn't attack. Like we had no attack whatsoever.
I think our first shot came in the 30th minute or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like throughout the game, we just didn't look like a unit when attacking, and I think that was a mental problem. Defensively, Bruno Perez should fuck off. So should Mapu Yanga and Biwa, whatever. Mapao, Lopez and Biwa. That idiot. Like, honestly, both of their goals just came from our mistakes. And it's ridiculous because it has happened all season, especially since we changed formation. It's just been that over and over and over again.
Yeah. But the thing is that those are mostly the goals we concede.
Yeah.
That we don't concede goals that are thanks to the opposition.
No, or that are tactically like we've been exposed like this the whole game. It's always been like a one-off chance.
And I actually think that's a very positive thing.
Yeah,
Not
I
that
think
it
so,
happens, but that is those that happen.
Yeah. I do think after I liked me and Seba watched the game together. And we both said that we liked how the team reacted after the 1-0 goal. Because then we did put some pressure on. We kept possession. We created some, not half chances, but we looked like dangerous, like we could create some chances. Then they got that bullshit goal and everything just fell out the window. And I don't know, we couldn't react after the second goal. And I do think some blame has to be put on Fonseca because we just didn't look there mentally.
This game was not a highlight of his season. I think he should have reacted way earlier with both subs and taking charge of the game and not backing down to Sevilla because we pretty much let them have the ball in our half for most of the at least first half.
Yeah, I agree.
And I know when we watched it, we actually half cheered when we actually got a shot.
Yeah, we did.
Kind of sad.
Yeah. Sasha, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, all I want to say is that, sorry, because I was really, really confident going up to the game. But honestly, I will touch on the Roma performance. But before that, I just want to say Sevilla are actually an incredible team. Yeah. I was actually speechless at how well they play. And Campos looks like a world-class player. So I want to say best of luck to any Sevilla fan that may happen across this video by chance. Best of luck and you guys fully deserve that victory. That was very impressive. With Roma, I think it's almost impossible to do anything when no player in your front three is actually capable of controlling a ball, and neither of your midfielders are both your midfielders are just half the speed of the opposition's midfield.
Yeah.
When that happens, I don't think in that combination of things, Jaco turned around after the match and said, "Oh yeah, we did the same thing for 90 minutes and we kept trying to play out from the back." All due respect to you, Jaco, if you could control a ball, the playing out from the back would have worked. You got taken out of the game by the centre-backs, and that's on you. You said that, why don't you use me as a target man? I think Diego Carlos beat you to every aerial ball they kicked to you, my friend. So I think you should take a step back and review your own game before you start having goes at the coaches and the rest of the team. I just want to say that is one of the most incredible centre-back pairings I've ever seen. Or just on that. Sorry, Carlos and his name slipped my mind.
Koundé.
That's a Koundé. Wow, that Koundé. Oh my goodness! With that hairstyle, that actually has to be my dream signing. Just for that hairstyle,
he could actually jump out of the stadium.
Yeah. No,
you know what?
They're both class. Jeez.
I think we need to touch on our corner kicks because that 178 centimeters tall player can get 3 chances from set pieces. That's embarrassing. Honestly, that shouldn't happen. And we use zonal marking and it's not working. It's clearly not working because we conceded chance from corners like every game.
And
We have a tall team.
and when we
Does
have corners,
anyone else use zonal marking in football? I don't know.
I think it's quite popular
In corners, I'm
England.
saying on set pieces like that.
Yeah, no, I think it's very popular in England, I think. And there was some team that was super successful. Maybe it was Burnley or like Sheffield or something that was super successful with it. But it doesn't work for every team. And I think Fonseca needs to realize that.
and our own corners, like Jesus Christ, this is the team where we should just like belt in corners and get header after header. But every single corner, we had like 3 corners, and every single one of them hit the first man.
Yeah.
Pellegrini kicked 2 back-to-back corners into the first man. I mean, I wasn't upset with him, but for that, I want to kill him when you do that. Come on, man. I can put a ball over the first defender. Please.
Yeah.
You know, that's basics.
Yeah, and the only thing that should have been done was a lob, because Mancini, Ibanez, and Dzeko are like a foot taller than every Sevilla player.
Exactly. Yeah. No,
I think Villard again.
Yeah.
Villard, I think the one thing I just want to say is please put Villard ahead of Cristante, and if not, just get rid of Cristante in totality.
Yeah.
Because Villard actually looks like he can play football. I know there are some people who will say that we're too harsh on Cristante, but frankly, that game, I watched that guy kick 6 passes straight out. I mean, like, surely, if you're in a top 10 team in Serie A, you should be able to play an accurate pass with no pressure on you.
Yeah.
And he kicks the ball straight out. There was 3 to Bruno Perez where he kicks it too hard, and he doesn't kick it accurately enough to the fact that the guy can't stop the ball from going out. That is, there's nothing that for me that can justify that.
And
I think
you're just not on the level.
I think that we should probably wrap up the Sevilla game because there isn't that much honestly. But the last thing I want to talk about in that game is Ibanez, kind of a crowd favorite here. But the thing is, I think he was the clear best player on the team. Because he had like essentially one mistake which led to a goal. Everything else he did perfectly right. He got first to every ball. He won every header, made every pass. He looked like Ronaldinho when he had the ball at his feet.
Yeah.
But he had one mistake and it cost. And that's like that shows that maybe he isn't ready for the European game yet.
Exactly.
That's like, honestly, I kind of understand the David Luiz comparison, as much as I hate it, with that where he looks fast on the ball, does everything well, but the mistake he makes will cost your team the game.
Exactly.
That's just such a Achilles heel for a defender.
But the thing is, he
was looking like a gazelle when he was chasing balls in defense. He was so quick, so strong, and he mostly kept up with Ocampos. Honestly, besides the goal.
Mancini is really wow. Just quickly, just on Mancini, don't do that again, please. Thank you. That was very stupid.
I don't think Mancini was one of the worst players though. Like he was decent.
No, but I'm saying that red card. That's all.
Yeah. That was stupid. But I get it. He's frustrated. Like as I said, like what pissed me off was why did they take 2 minutes to review the red card? Who's gonna blow the game?
Over.
Like you don't even have to give him the red card. I guess they did it so that they could punish him, but they can give him the punishment after. Like they can ban him for 2 games after.
Yeah.
Like after the game. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Or just give him the red card straight. Like tell him in his ear, he elbowed the guy in the head, give him a red card. Take 10 seconds.
I mean, what more was there to watch, honestly?
Exactly. Like I don't get
Is VAR allowed to just overturn? Like, I don't think I've ever seen VAR overturn a decision without the ref looking at the monitor. I think it's just such a waste of time.
They do that all the time.
Officials should be on the same page.
Oh yeah,
no. I'm saying in Italy. I'm saying in Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know exactly how the rules are, but I think it was stupid to take like 2 minutes to give that red card.
And that was the last game in the Palotta era, so at least we have something to be happy about.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Should we, Conte, you were going to say something else, weren't you?
No, I don't think there was any. Oh yeah, about Cristante, I had to hold my hands up. I said that I would like to see him in a more attacking role, that he could flourish there. I had to say his movement looked good yesterday. Like he got into some good positions, but he just doesn't have the first touch for it. Like his first touch is, it's like Pellegrini has a bad first touch. Cristante has the first touch of a cheap player. Like
yeah,
it's just too bad.
I honestly think Fonseca has a better first touch than Cristante.
Cristante needs 3 touches to control a ball, where Villar doesn't need to touch the ball to control it.
Yeah, exactly.
Levels.
But yeah, so then, let's go.
Yeah,
player
okay.
reviews.
We'll start with the players, with the season review. From the back, Sasha, take it away. Paul Lopez and Biwa.
So when we signed Mr. Mapao, I can't pretend like I didn't balk at the fee. I felt that, but I just felt that if we could have gotten Szczesny, who was a proven really good keeper, for 15 before the Alisson thing, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I know Alisson obviously changed the market, but a thought like that always sticks in my head, you know? But I was still like, fair enough. I was still like, I understand the market's changed. Maybe he is Szczesny level, and because of the Alisson transfer, now you pay 25 for that, you know, not 15. Fair enough. I was hoping for, my expectations were low. I was hoping for a keeper who could, as long as he didn't make the duffs that Olsen did, and he saved what any average keeper should save, didn't expect Alisson level saves. That's fine. I was expecting an elite ball player. I was expecting a great keep on the ball, and I figured that if we have a great keep on the ball, we can keep the ball all the time and you would face less shots. That's just logic, right?
Yeah.
To say the least, from the moment he came, not even after lockdown, where his forms had a drastic fall, from the moment he played, he looked calm on the ball. He looked relaxed under pressure, but he never looked like a talented passer. If you look at Edison or Alisson, they are actually world class when it comes to moving the ball, playing balls over the top. Paul Lopez at best can be calm enough to play the ball out his box. Otherwise, he's hoofing it long, and it's not accurate half the time. Yeah. So I think in terms of that's why already for me before lockdown, when he was making some fantastic saves, I already felt that he wasn't living up to expectations, just because he never gave us that distribution from the back that we paid for.
Yeah, I mean,
since lockdown, he has outdone Olsen.
Yeah.
Since lockdown, honestly, he has outdone Olsen. Starting from the derby, he has fucked us.
The thing is, it's pretty bad when our keeper had his best game in a game against Genoa, where he actually conceded the goal.
Yeah.
I would honestly say that that's his best game. Yeah. And he conceded one against Genoa.
No, maybe versus Napoli was better. He was great versus Napoli, but I get what you mean. You know what? I had very high expectations when he came. I don't know. I was just getting hyped. I think it was because of the fee. I was like, he must be good.
I heard a lot of good things about him.
I had also heard I had heard that he was a bit mistake prone and not that, maybe not quite worth it. And his stats at Betis weren't good, honestly. So
shocking.
Yeah.
But do you know what the thing is about that? His selling point, Conte, was he'll make a mistake, but unlike every other goalkeeper, when Paul Lopez makes a mistake, he is ice cool and he recovers instantly and he will keep performing at a world-class level despite a mistake. I honestly heard that so many times, that he's got the mentality to play through it. The guy made one mistake and then started making a mistake every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Who was it against that he got rounded 4 times and Smalling had to put on the gloves? What the fuck?
Yeah, Spal.
Yeah, I mean, that is a joke. I mean, we were hardcore roasting him for the entire Spal game. Yeah. Because he gives a heart attack every 5th minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, deservedly. Sorry, I think so. As much as Sevilla were better, at least, like Paul Lopez, like the thing that he does is take away any chance Roma have in totality when he plays at that level. Because you know what, it's the same as Spal's keeper. Shoot and you'll score. Yeah. Shoot and you'll score. That's what it is playing against Paul Lopez at this point.
Okay,
let's you know another thing, huh?
I was gonna ask for the final verdict on the rating.
Oh yeah, no, I just want to add another thing that like doesn't show us clearly, but the fact that we concede like way more goals and chances when he plays versus when Mirante plays, and that's not just because
no
Mirante
control
makes
over the back line.
No, exactly. It's not just because Mirante makes better saves, or like he is a better line goalkeeper, or like it's also because
Mirante controls his box.
Exactly.
When Neuer is when Alisson is there, if you enter Roma's final third, you're in Alisson territory.
Yeah.
With Paul Lopez, you have to enter the 6-yard box to see his territory.
Yeah, but it's not only that, like the way he like controls the backline and tells them where to run, and that I think that also has an impact. I don't know how big it is. I don't know how important that is, but I think if it's such a big difference in how many goals you concede, and I don't think Mirante is that much better at making saves, except the mistakes, but
So I think it's very clear that the communication isn't great either, because there's a lot of times where Mancini or Ibanez or whoever it is keeps the defender on his back and waits for Paul Lopez to come out and grab the ball. And he just stands on the line like picking his belly button.
Yeah.
When it's at the point that Ibanez, who is Ibanez? I'm saying like a player like Ibanez is probably the bottom of the food chain, in the Roma hierarchy. He's shaking his head in disgust at Paul Lopez. Like, who the fuck is this clown? Can't even come collect this ball. Like, I mean, do you know what a great ball-playing defender does? Ibanez is holding that oak off. He comes in, slides, grabs the ball, gets up again and throws it down the line through. That's not even difficult to do. Fusato did that. Yeah. That's basics of being a ball-playing defender. He can't make us. He can't. And then the weird thing is, it's like he doesn't come out when he needs to. He only comes out when it's the last thing he should do. It's the most bizarre thing.
Yeah, for real.
Like he'll come out when the guy's on the corner flag. He'll start coming out. What are you doing? What are you doing?
That actually happened versus Spal like 2 times. Like for the people that doesn't watch the game, that's not an exaggeration. That actually happened.
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised it was Ibanez that made that tackle on Ocampos and not Paul Lopez.
Yeah.
Because that was a Paul Lopez move.
Yeah.
Final rating, I'll give him. So I think I have to give fair. Beginning of the season, he was good. He was definitely a 7, I'd say there.
Yeah.
Since lockdown, he's been a 2. So I think a 5, a 4 or 5 is probably my shout.
I would say 5 because he had some good moments. But
I would also say a 5 because ultimately. I'll look at it this way. A 6 is like, then you're like...
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
I think the only reason I say 4 is price. For me, performance was a 5, but then if you say what we expected, then it's like, holy shit, how do we give this performance a 5 for the 11th most expensive keeper of all time? True.
Yeah, all right.
But I'm happy with 5. I'm not arguing. I'm saying 5 I'm happy with.
Because he had like a few good games, especially before Christmas. So
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mirante, what we're saying? He didn't play much.
For his role, I'll say he's an 8 because what more can you ask? In fact, if not a 9, because name a better backup keeper than that.
Yeah,
there is.
That he comes in and gives you a man of the match performance almost every game. I'm not saying he's like a world-class keeper, but in terms of what his job is, I think it's an 8 or a 9. Fantastic.
The Inter game in what was it, October, November?
Yeah,
he
prime
was
example.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that was world-class. I'll agree. I would say like performance-wise, probably a 7.
Yeah,
but because he's a backup keeper and as you said, that his job isn't to be a starter. It's definitely a 9 for me too. I think we're skipping Fusato because it was one game and he didn't do shit.
Do you know what I'll say? Do you know what's fair to Fusato? No rating, but well done. Well done. You made some progress in your career.
Yeah.
At least you got a performance under your belt. Let's see.
Yeah.
Well done, you know.
Yeah. And they got called up to the national team.
True.
Whatever that means.
Should we go on to right back? And are we doing Florenzi or not?
I don't think. Let's say like this. I think. Oh, come on. Okay, we gotta do it now. But I honestly think that before Christmas, I think it was a 5.5. He wasn't bad, but it wasn't like he used to.
I'll give him a 6. I think he was like 7 is like you're earning your place in the team. I think 6 is like he definitely wasn't the worst, but he wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
if that's the right way to phrase
the thing
it.
Is, I'm going after the system that we use after the game, where like 6 is baseline, and anything below 6 is like subpar, and everything above it is good.
Yeah, I would say maybe a 6.5. I think he was our best right back. I don't think we have anyone better, honestly.
How could
I don't know. I think he's decent actually. Like his crossing might be a bit inconsistent, but I think a 6.5 is about fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt it was very. I didn't think it was right to get it to loan him out, but
no.
I guess he didn't fit the system according to Fonseca, so hopefully I get it.
He comes back.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
So Santon, what we
4.
saying?
No, 3.
Really? But he's like our 10th choice fullback.
Yeah. And that's too high.
I don't know. I think
I can't recall a single good thing Santon did.
In the derby, in the derby in January.
I mean, at right back, I'd say it's a 3, but as a cam, I'd say he's like a 6. Because he did play cam, and it wasn't actually bad.
I think he was quite decent in the derby in January. He like eliminated their whole threat from the left hand side, and I don't know. I think like a 5.5 maybe, like a 5. Yeah, 5 is probably fair. Because
I think Santon, I mean, Paul Lopez.
Higher than Paul Lopez, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think so?
Because Paul Lopez actually could contribute something.
But Santon played like 8 games, had like 1 fantastic game, 4 average games, and then 3 shit games.
Yeah.
Like if you look at it in like as a ratio, it's probably the same as Pau.
Okay, okay. Let's say like 4.5.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Bruno Perez.
It's so difficult because every single fullback played half season.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Bruno Perez, I'd say 6.5.
Yeah. I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, you know what? He hasn't cost us any goals. I don't think he has made some mistakes.
Exactly.
He did cost us that Reguilon goal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the single goal.
But the thing is, I think he really stepped up and he changed his mentality, which affected his game.
Yeah.
In a very good way.
I think he's been decent. He's obviously not a good defender.
No, but we went from like ironically saying, "Oh, what a player, Bruno Perez," just unironically saying, "Oh, wait, he's actually okay."
Yeah. No, but yeah, I haven't minded him.
By Bruno Perez standards, it was a 10.
Yeah.
But in reality, it was a 6.
Yeah. No, like a 6.5. 6 is probably fair.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to center backs. Mancini.
I think we gotta give Zappacosta one of those ends.
Oh yeah. How did
and we have to say?
I don't think he paid enough.
Thank you and goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's loved here on the Roma English podcast. Zappacosta.
To be honest, I think he's probably one of the best right backs in the world. It just didn't work out.
He just had the injuries. It was like Ronaldo phenomenon. He was back by injuries.
Exactly.
No, yes, essentially, he was the Ronaldo phenomena of right backs in Serie C. I mean, in Serie A, sorry.
But seriously, I think if he wouldn't have gotten injured, he would have been a good back, right back in the 4-2-3-1.
I would have been very happy with him as our backup fullback next season. I would have been very happy with that.
And the thing is, I saw from Zappacosta that I didn't really see from any of the other right backs. Sure, Bruno runs a lot, but that's only when he knows he can get the ball. But I think the thing Zappacosta did was run, even though he probably knew that he wouldn't get it, but he still did extra effort.
Yeah, true. Yeah, no, I think
that run against Spal where he sprinted the entire right flank to get a hold of the ball that led up to Bruno Perez' goal.
Yeah.
That was something else, honestly. I didn't know he had that.
No, I think he was. He did his job kind of, but it's not enough for a rating.
He had like 6 games. I don't think we can rate him. It's
exactly.
Ends type of things.
Yeah.
Low rating.
No, I don't think it's enough.
I'd be happy with a 6. I think a 6 is deserved.
Yeah,
fair.
Plain 6. Play safe.
Yeah. All right. Wait. Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So we're moving on to centre backs. Let's start with Mancini.
Yeah.
Sasha, you look beautiful. Start.
Thank you. So Mancini, I would give him. I'm not going to rate him. Let me just speak. I think he had I think for what we got him, young centre back, he more or less delivered what was expected of him. He looks like a cornerstone player for the future, which is fantastic. He has shown incredible personality and leadership abilities. He has shown intelligence. He has shown good defending skills, and he's shown incredible ability on the ball, which I think is actually way outshined his actual defending.
Yeah.
I have a huge issue with that elbow. I don't like that, but our legends are Totti and De Rossi, so I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. And then aside from that, he needs to fix. Heel has an Achilles heel that's so bad because you cannot be that poor 1v1 as a centre back. Like, I don't favor him against any skillful player. I think they're going to go right past him every time. I mean, who was it? Eddie Salcedo, some 17-year-old kid embarrassed him.
Yeah.
That's just not good enough.
Caputo made a fool of him also in the Sassuolo game.
And then we're surprised when Ocampos goes past an offense like that. I mean, when the likes of Caputo can destroy the defenders, all due respect, he's a great scorer, but he's not a dribbler by any means, you know?
No.
And when he's destroying your best centre-back, that's an issue.
Yeah.
But if he can fix that, he can be a top player. I think he could be a Bonucci going forward.
I got to say that Mancini's season was really a tale of two halves, because I think before Christmas, I generally believe that he was a top 5 centre-back in Serie A. But I think he lost a lot of it after Christmas. He became, I wouldn't say braver, I think he became more naive in his playing style.
I mean, at one point, him and Smalling were considered the best centre-back pairing in Italy.
Yeah. And the thing is with Mancini, he is consistently a fantastic centre-back when it comes to reading and covering areas. But I think he stepped out of either was forced or felt like he should step out of his element when it came to the second half. He started pushing forward a lot more off the ball and applying high pressure when it really wasn't needed. And he was beaten a lot because of it. And he fell for easy moves.
Yeah.
He also needs to improve on offensive set pieces, because one goal with the chances he's had is not acceptable.
No.
But you know what? He got like 6 goals last season, so I think I think there's potential there.
Yeah, but
Sasha, don't. I know what you were thinking.
That's all I'll say is I agree with you, and that's why I bring it up, because he's capable of getting high numbers. So when you get one goal with the chance, like, you know what I mean? It's almost like if Bruno Perez had got all those chances and he missed all of them and got one goal, I'd have been like, okay, Bruno Perez, what do we expect? But considering that he scored 6, The chances we gave him, he should have outscored that, in fact, you know?
And
so,
I agree.
I mean, he got one goal. That's not, I don't think that's enough, you know? So I'm saying if he could hit those high levels again next season, that's something to look forward to.
And his versatility is so important. His ability to both step forward when he plays center back to start the attack, but also when he had to move to the defensive mid slot, and he
did great.
He did really great because he embraced it. He took charge.
Better than like 10 times better than Cristante.
Yeah, for real. Like,
because the thing is, I think a lot of people that would be playing that position without having done it like to a certain extent before would probably try and hide. Well, I think Mancini really stepped forward and tried to be a part of every attack. He tried to push everyone forward, and it's kind of like Diawara does now. He allowed people to get forward because he clearly showed that he was always behind the cover, which is...
It's almost what you want from your goalkeeper. Like, defenders can play a lot better when they know... Like, do you know our defense was so good with Alisson? Because it's like, I can be confident with almost any action I take because I know even if you beat me, you're not beating that guy behind me. Sorry for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, so when you can play with that lack of pressure, whereas I think to a degree our forwards are like, like against that Sevilla game, it's like there's so much pressure on every pass that goes forward because they're so desperate to create anything that it just compounds the pressure on the players, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think this he is a very good 3 in the back centre back because it allows him freedom of mobility and lets him excel when it comes to covering areas because those 3 centre backs pretty much covers the line behind everyone else in a way that 4 in the back doesn't really do. So I think even though his performance towards the end wasn't that great, I think this is the right position for him moving forward.
I think he's been decent since the restart. Like he has had some like small mistakes, but overall I think he has been very solid. Like he's very good at as you say at reading the game and.
I really think what's caused him to look worse since the restart I think people have realized his weaknesses and they've just been attacking them. You know, so it's just made him look worse overall because he's exposed all the time.
Probably, yeah.
But
rather than him actually, because he hasn't like made mistakes all of a sudden, you know.
No.
But if we give a rating for Mancini, and by small disclaimer, eventually on the podcast I will start wearing the new away jersey with Mancini on the back, just for definitely gonna buy that. But let's give him a rating. I would say
I'll give him a 7.
I'll give him a 7.5.
Yeah, I think a 7 because 7.5 if it wasn't for those couple of bad games after Christmas.
But I think his leadership makes it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think the way he
took
responsibility towards anyone.
On the 7.
Yeah, no, I'm still gonna say 7, but I get your point.
Outvoted, majority rules, Sebastian. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with it.
But at least we got a 7. Finally, a decent fucking rating.
And you know, I have
besides
I have a soft spot for Mancini, so.
No, I don't blame you. He's a lovable. Those eyebrows are great. He's lovable.
Seriously, he has some world-class eyebrows.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the saddest of this?
I'm thinking so. Smalling.
Christopher Smaldini himself.
What a man.
I think before we say anything, we should just say, Chris, thanks for the season.
Seriously.
We love you. You're a Romanista, and we hope Dan brings you back, baby.
Yeah.
We look forward to it. We've seen that Dan said he wants to bring you back. Let's make it happen. But fuck United.
What a player.
All of England and Roma stand with me when I say fuck United.
Yeah.
Fuck United and all their fans, including my friends.
Yeah.
Amen.
Like the way they treat Smalling is.
It's
so
horrible.
But I think who wants to go? Someone speak about Smalling. I am tired of speaking first.
You want to start?
What?
You want to start?
No, but there's a lot to consider when talking about Smalling because I think he performed pretty well over his years there, but due to the harsh culture,
he was never the Ferdinand they wanted. That's the thing.
Exactly, but due to the hard culture and very judging English and United media, he always was harshly criticized.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him for wanting to rejuvenate his career. So he went to Roma, which I gotta admit, when we first signed him, I laughed because he was a meme. I thought that's just a picture that the media painted of Smalling. But I gotta say, honestly, from the first game he played, he showed that
great player.
He showed heart, he showed grit, he showed responsibility, and he showed ability.
Yeah.
Because
he was instantly the best defender Roma's had since Benatia.
Yeah,
as sad as that is
this season it was exactly like the Benatia season. Because
besides the goals,
but he did score goals though.
Yeah,
but Benatia
got like 3 goals and 2 assists.
We can't match Benatia's volleys and solo runs.
True.
But what Smalling, even though he had some mistakes, he did concede some penalties, which he is kind of sloppy, but his power makes him a dominant centre back, and I think his raw power and combined with Mancini's intelligence and also power, I think they complemented each other very well.
And quality on the ball. Mancini's quality on the ball goes brilliantly hand in hand with Smalling.
That's the only thing about Smalling. Is his ball control.
I agree.
Him on the ball isn't great.
No,
but you know what? In defense of Smalling, he gave away a few penalties. I think De Ligt gave away like 8, and he made team of the season. So
I honestly,
rule is also a huge problem to be honest, in defense of everyone.
Yeah, but I think he was probably the best defender in the league before Christmas.
Yeah,
maybe De Vrij.
Yeah, I could see. I could see an argument for both. But what makes it so difficult to say goodbye is how much he showed the love for both the team, the shirt, and the city.
Yeah.
He wanted to be here. He felt loved for probably the first time in his career. And
Dan has brought new hopes, but don't speak so definitively.
What?
I'm saying don't speak so definitively like he's completely gone. Dan has brought back hope, my brother.
Yeah. I honestly think that bringing back Smalling would really help Dan's first window as a
I think the only one of the few things I have to admit I don't love about Smalling is his character. He's too nice. He's not like a leader, and we need that. We have Jaco kind of, we have Colorado kind of, but they're both. I feel like they're not in the core group, and I feel like they're a bit. I don't know. There's something lacking there.
I feel like they lead through fear more than
Yeah, exactly.
More like they don't see through respect.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like Smalling he doesn't quite get that respect. He gets that respect as in he's likable. I think most people in this squad like him, but I don't think anyone respects his authority or his opinions.
And the respect that we're talking about, like the Rossi type of respect, I think just quick disclaimer, I think that that's what Mancini is starting to show. That type of respect and leadership. Yeah, but should we give Smalling a rating then?
I'll give him an 8.
An 8.
Yeah,
I think that's very fair.
Yeah, I think an 8 as well. I think so. Yeah. Should we do Ibanez or Fazio first?
Should we just say? I think let's not go into too much detail. Let me do this quickly. You guys tell me if you agree. Jesus 2 for the 2 cents he gets every year.
Yeah.
Fazio 5. Yeah. He was like Paolo. He was there, but probably not good enough. Yeah. And then Ibanez. I'm saying, what more can we say about? I guess we could say thank you to Fazio. He was good in his days because it looks like he's going to leave. So thank you for what you did give the club in those prime years. But this season, I think probably a season to forget for him.
Yeah.
Wait, who do you mean?
Fazio.
Oh, Fazio.
Oh, Fazio. I thought you were talking about Ibanez.
Yeah, same.
Like,
I was getting kind of scared when you said he was gonna leave.
Yeah, me too.
Sorry, no. I was saying Fazio.
I have a lot of respect.
Thank you for that Champions League run. Some good memories, but the season was probably one to forget. So I think a 5 is fair for that. And Jesus, fuck that guy, as far as I'm concerned. I've expressed that opinion many times.
One thing I'm gonna miss with Fazio is his ability to contribute offensively on set pieces.
True.
I wish that was something that the rest of our defenders could learn, because that guy's fantastic at going forward. Put him up front. You'd probably have been better than Dzeko against Sevilla.
Better than
So Ibanez,
I'm gonna tone it down here because we've said everything, and I'm not gonna get carried away. I think it's a 6.5.
I think even a 6 actually. It depends. Like if you think about the expectations, then like a 7, 8, maybe even. If you just think about performance, I think actually a 6.
But I think both Inter game and the Parma game kind of showed that his qualities really are there, because he haven't gotten a lot of chance to show it.
Yeah, no, I know, but I still feel like he has.
6 is very fair. I
think the signing is like a 9. I think his potential is a 9. Yeah. But I think if we're gonna I'm saying like by no means is. I agree with the 6.5, but by no means is this to take away from anything we've spoken about before on Ibanez. I personally still think he has fantastic potential, but mistakes are mistakes, and you can't give him any higher than a 6.5.
All right, so we're saying a 6.5.
Okay.
Who did we give a 6 to? Bruno Perez.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, maybe a 6 is more fair.
6.5 is fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I would say Ibanez's highs have been higher than Bruno's. You know?
Chetin. Yeah. What about Chetin?
Chetin can get a -3.
He had one okay game, and that was the Napoli game. And
where he got a red card. If that is his okay, God forbid he has a bad game in his career. Because if he had a bad game, he's a 4 own goals. So, you know?
I just want to dedicate this to everyone that said, "Why are we selling Chetin?" This is why.
Yeah. Watch the Spal game, and you'll know.
Yeah, exactly. Just watch how he performed versus the worst team in the league, and you can guess how he will perform throughout a season.
But I think that is honestly probably the only player that's like Fuzzato. There's no rating for him.
Yeah, no. No, I agree. I don't think there's a rating, and I don't think I think he might have potential. I don't think we should count him out just yet. But this season, I get why he hasn't played and why we loaned him out.
So wait, are we going to do Kolarov centre back and then Kolarov left back?
I think we should do.
Huh?
I think we should not talk too much, but give him a left back rating and a centre back rating.
All right, that's fair.
I think he was 7.
I will go 1 as a left back.
Yeah, 7 as a centre back.
And 9 as a free kick taker.
No, yeah, he hasn't made one in a very long time.
No, but still, I feel like he scored like 3 or 4, and that's still a lot more than most players score.
Yeah, I think he scored 3 and hit the post 2 or 3 times with great free kicks. So
yeah. But
so
okay, one left, 7 centre back.
Wait, you're both talking at the same time.
I was saying 1 left back, 7 centre back, 9 free kick.
All right. Yeah, probably. I
think that's Kolarov one of the guys we've discussed to death. So I'm sure anyone go watch the other episodes.
I think Ibanez, Kolarov, and Kristanov are probably the most talked about players.
I'm sure.
But yeah, you know what? I think I want to give a little higher as a left back, like a 3, because I think he had some.
I'm just
like defensively he has.
I think even a 5 is fine. If Paul Lopez got a 5, I think Kolarov is probably around that level.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. All right. So we're saying a 5. And 7 as
a 6 overall. Give him a 6 overall then.
Yeah.
Average 6.
Yeah. All right, Spinazzola. This is also a bit of a tale of 2 seasons, but of 2 halves.
Do you know why I want to give him a 7? Can I just go right ahead on this one? I'll give him a 7 because I feel like he was either injured or played out of position. And when he actually got to play in his position, he was always a very good player.
I think it was the except maybe goal sense. I think when he played in his right position, he was probably the best left flank player.
Left mid, whatever, left wing back.
League,
yeah. I don't know. I think as a left back, like we have to think throughout the season, and I think he is solid defensively. He is good going forward, but like he isn't good at build-up, and I've said this before. And I think he has been as a left back. He wasn't quite good enough, and he hasn't played long enough as a left wing back. So I think like a 6.5 is. Because I don't think he was bad as a left back. Honestly, like he didn't cost the team necessarily. He just didn't help the team, you know. But as a left wing back, he helped the team a lot. So yeah, but maybe a 6.5 is fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Calafiori, shout out. 10 out of 10 for his first goal. Fuck you, referee.
Jesus, what?
Oh, yeah. That.
But I think we can go straight on to midfield, hey?
Yeah.
Mr.
I think so. Diawara, should we start there?
Yeah. You should take him, Conte. I think
I probably should, yes.
Yeah. I think we have to clean up the image of Diawara now.
Yeah, I think so.
I
think everyone will agree. Huh?
No, go. I'm just talking to myself.
I think that every Roma fan will agree that before lockdown, he was
our best
one of
player,
if not our best player. Honestly, definitely our most important player.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely brilliant. Such a monster defensively. After lockdown, I have to agree he hasn't been as good, but I still think like he has still been a good player. I think after lockdown is probably a 6.5. No, maybe a 6.5. Before lockdown was like 8.5.
I'm gonna say 8.
Yeah. No, honestly. So I think considering how few games we still played after lockdown, I think like 7.5 is a fair rating for him.
Yeah, but no.
So I will go 8 purely
because
I believe. I just think we gave Smalling an 8. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Like, I think before lockdown, Diawara and Smalling were asking.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Before lockdown, Smalling was top. After lockdown, he made a few more mistakes.
Yeah, but the thing is with Diawara that goes unnoticed is that his role and the way he plays allows everyone else to be better. So I think that actually makes him an 8 in general.
Okay. I'll accept that.
That is me.
I'm still gonna say 7.5. I think that
I'll actually, you know what? I think I'll go with Conte. I also think he also missed a lot of games.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I don't know. I think being in and out every week, fitness-wise, that also contributes.
But in those games, his absence showed.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, I think 7.5 is fair.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. That's fair.
I can respect an 8, but I'll go 7.5 right now.
Let's go 7.5 because of majority.
Because I also I just want to say that's because I think Veretout is an 8, and I don't think Diawara has been as good.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I might disagree with you there. I don't know.
Let's say like this. He was better after lockdown.
Yeah.
I still think he's one of the most consistent high performers of our team this entire season.
You know what? I'll kind of use, I'll argue against myself. It's weird, but anyways, I'm just gonna. I'll kind of use such an argument with Spinazzola. He was actually played out of position because he is an defensive
he was being played as a right back. You took the words out of my mouth.
No, but I meant like Veretout has been played as a defensive midfielder. He isn't a defensive midfielder.
No, but honestly.
Oh, you meant that? Yeah.
Yeah, many games of Veretout season was sacrificed covering the fullbacks. He didn't deliver.
Yes, true. That's also another thing. But I feel like defensively, I think his he still leaves too many gaps in the center of midfield. Like, he's good at pressuring, but if you're a defensive midfielder and have no midfielders behind you, I think that's too risky. So that's why I want to give him like a 7.5, like a low 7.5 maybe, just because defensively he hasn't quite been enough. But
like a 7.32.
Yeah, like something like that. But I do understand that he hasn't played in his correct position. He is now, but he wasn't before.
Let's say like this: since lockdown, he's been a 9. In my opinion, yeah.
8.5. I wouldn't quite give him a 9, but no. Since post lockdown, he's been brilliant.
Yeah.
Before, he's been good. But
he was just a bit in the shadows, a bit quiet before.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he didn't get to show his offensive abilities with having Pellegrini and the wingers and the striker in front of him. So yeah, I think, I don't know, 8.
You said that?
Overall rating of 8. I think that's fair, honestly. Maybe
I'm gonna give him 8. I think he was slightly more consistent than Diawara.
Yeah.
And I think Veretout also has won us games by himself.
Yeah,
true.
He really does.
Yeah, the only thing that makes me give him an 8 is because he was played out of position as a CDM and couldn't quite, or like a defensive midfielder, and couldn't quite show all of his potential.
Let's say a 7.75.
Yeah, sounds good.
We just
round up 8. It's rounded up 8.
Yeah. You always round up.
We aren't SofaScore. I'm not doing that. We aren't Opta.
Yeah. Okay, I'll accept an 8. I'll accept an 8.
Okay. Pellegrini.
No, we have to do our boy Cristante first.
No, I don't want to talk. No, he's no.
Can I honestly say, jokes aside, when I say 4, because I honestly believe 5 is like not good enough. 4 is you actually just need to leave the club. You're not good enough to be here, my friend.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually your time. Like this. I actually think he might have been worse this season than he was last season, which is actually an achievement.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually an achievement.
Yeah.
Last season was a 5 for him. In the context of Paul Lopez's 5, that was a 5 last season from Cristante, and he got worse. So personally, it's a 4.
I mean,
good luck.
If Fatu is a 5, I definitely don't think Cristante is 5.
No, I think a 4 is very fair. Like I haven't seen him. I've seen him do one good thing in a whole season. No, 2 good things.
The greatest possible to Dzeko, the one where he didn't even look where he was kicking, kicked the ball, and it happened to land on Dzeko's foot. But
exactly.
I mean, when he against Parma, he tried to be Bonucci, but he missed like 8 long balls in a row. No joke.
Yeah, honestly, he scored a good goal versus Sassuolo too, but that was in a corner and it wasn't like anything special. Yeah, I can't see. I can't give him much more than like 4. I think that's fair. Veretout. No, Villar, I mean.
So it's 4 feet on Cristante.
4 on Cristante.
Yeah, I think so. Can't see anything else.
I think Villar, honestly, I just want to say Villar, I want to give him a 9. I don't know why, but I just do. I love that guy.
I want to agree, but I think we can't. If we give Ibanez a 6.5, we gotta. I don't know.
Villar made no mistakes. Villar has literally only looked world class. It's not his fault they don't play him.
I mean,
wait. Did you say he's made no mistakes? Do you remember the 2 basically open goals he missed?
He got into those positions. Who else would have gone there?
Stop it. He missed 2 chances. He gives a shit. We were winning 6-1.
Dzeko missed 11 of those a game.
No. I don't think Villar, honestly, I don't think Villar can get a rating.
Let's keep in mind, better than Kalinic.
I think Villar, let's just do this. Potential 9, signing 9.
I would say signing 10. I generally think it's a home run. Signings don't get better than this.
I think it's a 9. Just because I think it becomes a 10 if he starts doing this game in, game out for 90 minutes. It's a 10. You feel me?
Yeah. I mean, then I don't think anyone can disagree. Like, if he plays like he did versus Juve, game in, game out,
he's winning the Ballon d'Or. Like, honestly.
He controls the midfield single-handedly. Like, everything goes through him, and he makes everything look like it's slow motion.
You know what I can't wait? When he scores a wonder goal dribbling past 3 people and reposts it on Instagram. Wait, am I?
Oh, no.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I was thinking about Zaniolo. Fuck.
I want to see him score like the goal that Pjanic did versus Milan. Like,
I actually want
5 people.
That is. But I actually want to apologize to Zaniolo because Diawara reposted his penalty 4 times.
No, he actually reposted the penalty. No. That's insane.
Repost the penalty.
We loved you.
And it was a shit penalty.
You were my brother, Amadou. I loved you.
I understand if you repost it once because it's your first goal for the club. Okay, fair. 4 times. Bro.
So I think Mr. Host, who's next?
Pellegrini?
Yeah.
Who wants to take it away?
I just heard an interesting thing. I think I was speaking to my dad. He said that Pellegrini reminds him of like Pjanic when he was first at Roma. Like he would have like 1 game every 5 where he genuinely looked like a 10 out of 10 midfielder, world class. And then for the rest of the time, if things didn't go his way, he would just disappear and make stupid fouls. So I think that was actually quite an interesting comparison.
Yeah.
I'm not saying playing style, but just in terms of like mentality.
If I just go right on the rating, I would say that stats-wise, he's a 7, but playing-wise, he's a 6.
I think stats-wise, it's even an 8.
Yeah, you know what? Like,
now, but
can you give the player who has the 3rd most assists in the league, and like I think also the 3rd most big chances created in the league, and until lockdown, he had like the 3rd most key passes in the world. Can you give him a 6? Like, honestly, like
more than anyone in the Australian league. Are you sure about that?
Conte. Sources. Jesus.
Oh, I hate you guys.
No, but that's why I said stats. That's why I said stats. It's an 8. You understand?
Yeah, like exactly. But I mean, like, even like playing wise, I recognize that he hasn't been as good, especially post lockdown. I still think that before we changed the formation, he was like a 7.5. But now we have to use the same argument we used before. He's being played way out of position.
Yeah. Conte.
So
taking the assists in consideration, he has 9 assists all season when it comes to the league, but 3 of those were in the same game. So if we take away that 1 game, he has 6 assists in 27 games.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I still think like.
I think if Diawara gets a 7.5, I think a 7 is fine for Pellegrini.
I think so too. Because before.
Yeah, I can go with the 7. I mean,
But I think we should probably discuss it a bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, he's our star.
Because I think that we, besides maybe us 3, I think a lot of people cut Pellegrini a lot of slack because he is Roman. He is supposed to be the next Roman thing. But I think that when he doesn't get those assists, he disappears. He walks a lot. I think when he doesn't have the ball, I think
he has actually covered the most distance this season. To be fair to him, yeah,
really,
so they
more than Veretout
on the official website. He runs the most per game.
That's insane. I didn't know that, but no. I'm not too surprised because he makes a lot of movement that isn't noticed. I feel like, and I think he's very important to our build-up play when he isn't played in the 3-4-3. And we discussed this before we switched formation, that he is actually like he gets stressed and he tries to do too much. Yeah. But in build up and being calm on the ball, he is still important to the team.
And after watching the Sevilla game, I really think that he could play more of a holding midfielder role together with Diawara, because when he came in against Sevilla, I really saw some things I liked.
I honestly thought
If the alternative is Cristante, I could also play.
But it's going to be Veretout versus Pellegrini.
Yeah, that's a tough choice.
That's also
really
why
depends on
I
what game
prefer
it is.
Pardon?
I think that really depends on what game it is. If it's a top game against a top team, I want Veretout stability, honestly.
Yeah.
But if it's against a
I
team
think it's almost a case of I'd rather always have Veretout. I wouldn't want to drop Veretout for Pellegrini. But what I would want to do is if it's more like we need help in midfield, I'd rather drop the one attacking midfielder, play Zaniolo behind the striker like you had mentioned yesterday, and have Pellegrini and deeper in midfield rather than playing next to the other attacking midfielder.
I think we should play that permanently. 3-5-1.
Maybe. I don't know if we have the depth in midfield, because then it's almost
not.
A lot of attacking players rotating.
Yeah.
But as the
know what?
midfielder.
I think it's great to have many options, like to have both those formations as options, and we can vary a bit, because I think that's very important, and that's something Fonseca has shown.
Dramatic tactically to change between the two.
Really is, yeah. Okay, moving on next.
But are we finished on Pellegrini? I just want to say, I do think I should comment that he does need to take a big step up going forward.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's mainly mentally he needs to take a big step forward.
I think next season where it's gonna show. I think next season is gonna show if he's gonna become a star or look at
I agree. Make or break, like you said.
Just good.
Yeah. I agree with you. Next season, I think is critical, and that's why I want Fonseca to stay, because if Fonseca goes, then it's all the excuses of it's a new system. They don't know the coach's tactics. Next season, you know the tactics. You know what he wants. Prove yourselves. That's why I want Fonseca to stay.
You're muted.
Anyways, should we? You muted yourself somehow.
Am I still muted? No, sorry. I got a phone call. I had to decline. I was saying, I think next season under the same coach, same players, they got chemistry with each other. It's a true test of each player's quality.
Yeah.
Like no excuses for one next season. Paul Lopez, no adjusting to Italy, nothing. If you are starting keeper, you do that shit, I'm coming for you, my friend.
I'm sorry, but a keeper shouldn't have an adjusting year like that. Like I get if you're like insecure with playing out the back, or maybe like when you should come out and stuff like that, but when you make saves like that, then it's not that anymore, then it's something else. But anyways, I think we should move on to Mkhitaryan.
Okay.
I'll give him an 8.
I'd say a 7.
He's delivered every single game he's played. Almost, maybe besides 1 or 2. The injuries, yes, but in terms of when he was actually on the field, he was almost always our best attacking player.
I'm going to say 7.5, maybe.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to make a bit of the same argument that I made with Pellegrini. Like, if you look at the stats, like that we all made with Pellegrini, with the stats, he looks very, very good. Scores a lot and has gotten a lot of assists. But I feel like still, I don't know. He has some games when he's very, very creative, and some games when he just doesn't do anything with the ball. Like, he just holds the ball. And I feel like he has to be more consistent. Because before Christmas, I thought he was a very average player that got a lot of goals. That's what I thought of him, honestly.
Yeah. I can understand what you're saying, but he was also injured and then not injured and then injured and not injured and then 20 minutes injured. Well, as soon as he got a consistent game time, he played very well every game,
I think after lockdown, he has had some good games, but he has had also like 3 or 4 games, and considering we only played like 8 games or something post-lockdown, or like post the break, whatever. 3 or 4 games where he's kind of anonymous, I don't think that's good enough. But I do say I have to say like a 7.5, I think is fair.
I wouldn't rate him on the same level as Smalling and Diawara and Veretout.
No, Exactly. I think just below
Oh,
them.
I would put him above. Personally, I don't know. I would put him above Diawara. In terms of, I really do think you have to consider the fact that he was consistently injured. Like it's very difficult to come into a new team and find your groove with only like 10 minutes every 3 weeks.
But so was Diawara.
He's been our best. No, I know. But I mean, he's honestly been our best offensive player. I mean, like, if Pellegrini gets a 7, I really do believe he's in it. I'm saying we can agree on 7.5. I'm just like saying where I'm coming from, you know?
Yeah, okay.
I really think when Mkhitaryan is on the field, aside from Sevilla, it's almost like it's sad because Sevilla's leaving such a sad memory as the last. But when he's on the field, he is honestly he's our most potent. Our attack looks completely different compared to anyone else. I think, let me put it this way. I will take issue with any offensive player getting a higher grade than Mkhitaryan.
Okay, I can accept that. I can accept that he's our best player. I think more than a 7, I think you have to be more consistent to be able to work that. But I think he's been too up and down. And even when he has got inconsistent playing time, like he had 1 month when he was absolutely brilliant. I can't remember what, just before the break, I think. He was absolutely brilliant. But then, like other than that, I think he has been too much up and down and to warrant a higher rating than a 7. He has been brilliant. He has been one of our best players. Like I don't think you can say anything against that. However, I just realized that I think his best position is definitely attacking midfielder. Which is why he was better with Roma than he was with Arsenal. So
and he has played him as a right winger.
Yeah, and he has been played as a winger here too, so maybe that's also an argument to be had in his favor.
Yeah.
But still, I think a 7.5 is...
7.5 should be.
We agree on that?
Yeah, 7.5 is fine.
All right. Should we do Pastore?
No, let's.
Pardon?
He was brilliant in October.
Pastore,
he had a really good October.
Spinazzola.
Pastore.
I heard it twice, Spinazzola. I'm sorry.
But from Pastore, he hasn't played beside October, and when he played in October, he was really good.
Pastore? Yeah. You want to know? You want to know what I give Pastore?
No, we do not. We do not.
I don't give him more. I struggle to give him more than the millions he earns. Let me just put it that way. Because like, Mickey was injured. That guy earns 4.5 million and is almost since Jan has been in almost every match day squad.
I think 4.5 is fair.
Yeah, I think 4.5.
Not millions, but rating.
I would give him a 5 because he has had some moments where he's just world class. Like I can't see like some of the things he does. I can't see any other Roma player except maybe Villar do that anytime. Like I really can't. But then he is too he is too inconsistent during the game as well. Yeah. And I think a 5.
If Jesus had performed like Pastore, I'd give him a 5. Because he earns 2 million. When you're earning 4.5, sorry. I think it's like 5, and then the salary, the amount the pays we're paying minus is a 0.5.
I think 4.5 is a fair rating.
Okay, I'll accept that then.
Yeah.
But we don't have to care because Mr. Dan, Mr. Dan is here. He's gonna get rid of that Argentine.
I already give Mr. Dan.
We're gonna get our money back. Yeah, Dan is a 10.
What a man.
Dan's smile is an 11.
Yeah, what a man.
All right.
Who's up next? Yeah, but actually, you know, Pastore is you could almost say he's one that perhaps you don't even rate.
Yeah.
Probably.
He is not great.
I'm sure contributed much.
I would honestly say the same with Perotti. Even though Perotti scored some goals, he didn't play
exactly.
much.
I want to give him a rating still because I think Perotti has made some contributions at least. Pastore barely has.
I'm happy with the 6 for Perotti.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And
I want to also say he's also probably leaving him, and that's another goodbye and thank you.
Yeah,
I'm saying he's also leaving, and
Perotti had some really good years with us, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I always like. I've expressed hate for the guy. Like I've got anger towards that level being in Roma. I don't have any personal disdain. Like he's always been an utmost professional. He does a lot to welcome new players into Roma.
Yeah.
And he had some years of very good performance.
And
so
he scored in De Rossi's goodbye and Totti's too.
And he scored.
Yeah.
And let's not just pretend he scored in the goodbyes. That goal in the Totti goodbye was the most important goal of that season.
Yeah.
Because it got us the Champions League.
And his contribution versus Chelsea was just amazing.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think he has done some good contributions this year. He scored some good goals. Got a great assist to Mkhitaryan at the start of the season. I don't know if you remember that great team goal when Pellegrini passed to Perotti, who squared it to Mkhitaryan.
And Mkhitaryan almost didn't score.
Yeah.
Oh,
tell us, right?
No, not that one.
That was another one. You're right. That was another one. That actually happened twice.
You mean Spal or Hellas?
I think Hellas.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was absolutely world-class goal from everyone involved, and I think he showed moments of brilliance and showed also why he is gonna leave. Yeah. So I think a 6.
Yeah. I mean, that tackle versus Udinese.
Huh?
That tackle versus Udinese.
Oh yeah, that one. Oh, but that was unlucky too. Like he couldn't control that really. He was
apparently Perotti participated in 27 of the league games this year. No, 21. I'm sorry, 21. But still a lot more than I think.
Yeah, that's more than you'd think, eh?
Yeah, but he got 5 goals, 3 assists.
Okay. I mean, that's decent for a third backup.
He hardly started or got more than 20 minutes in any of games, but
exactly.
The number 21 that he participated in was pretty surprising, honestly.
And the one time, like one of the few times he started, he still didn't get more than 30 minutes because he decided to get a red card. He was like, "Oh shit, I'm too tired for this shit. Nah, I'm out."
Old man legs.
Should we talk about Kluivert and Under?
Yeah, I think we'll start with Kluivert.
I want to give them, but I can do them. I want to give them. Actually, no. Under is a 5.
Yeah.
Under wasn't good enough. If 5 is not good enough, I think it's a 5. Kluivert, I think, is honestly a 6.5.
Yeah.
Because he did score 7 goals.
I really like Kluivert. I really like Kluivert in the old system, honestly.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I thought he brought that.
One of our best players.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he brought that energy that we needed, and
that speed that wasn't there.
Exactly. I think he has a lot of potential. I think he could become a great player. I don't think he has a future in Roma unless we change the system. But I'm happy with him. For such a young player to take that much, to take on that much still, and I do think that his decision making needs to improve a lot. But he's also honestly, I think he's the best finisher in the team. Good dribbler, has the right intentions, and works hard as well.
He's almost the best finisher in the team.
And I just gotta say this: if Kluivert leaves this summer, I will be very thankful for his time here.
Yeah, me too. I'll just accept it. I won't be mad at him unless he joins Lazio or Juve or something.
Probably good money.
Yeah. But 6.5.
6.5 Kluivert, 5 Under.
Yeah.
I think Under just didn't work out, my friend. You were fun while we had you, but I think you're going. And best of luck.
But you know what? I think for those few very good performances, world-class performances versus Lazio.
I mean, he was man of the match against Lazio, eh?
Yeah, exactly. I think a 5.5 for me, actually.
Fine. I'll actually give that. I feel bad.
I think he just didn't work under Fonseca, but he isn't a bad player. He's too inconsistent, though.
I mean, I gotta say that technique-wise, I think he's our second best player after Pastore when it comes to just technique.
Yeah, for sure.
I think. Do you know what? Do you know what? I would have said that before we bought Villar and Carlos Perez.
Yeah. I forgot about Villar.
I think those two are honestly technically top.
Yeah.
Should we go on to the Spaniard straight away then?
Yeah. Go on. You can start.
I think out with the old and with the new. I think what Carlos Perez probably lacks in Under's flashy show, he makes up for in a more intelligent game, a way more consistent game, and what looks like could develop into a way more consistently threatening attacker. Like he looks like a player who can make good chances every game for himself, and he doesn't need the game to be like happening in a certain way to perform. Like Under's almost a very circumstantial player, where Carlos Perez looks like he doesn't need that. He can play in any circumstance. You know, he can adjust to the game. I think he came in and he more than met expectations. I'd give Carlos Perez a 7. I think he's looked very good. I don't remember any game where he played and I thought, get the soak out of here. I thought every game he looked threatening, and I thought, geez, this guy looks like something. You know, always impressing.
And he looks like he has a very good shot on him. He just needs to get the ball past the first defender, because all his shots are blocked right now. But I think good talent. I do think I don't want to get too hyped yet, because I think when I saw Under in the first year, I was like, this is a brilliant player and he's consistently good, but he only showed it for half a year. I'm scared that he might be inconsistent, but for this season, I think he has been like a 7 probably.
But I think Carlos Perez has the personality that could get him further than Under.
Yeah.
Because
do you know what made me think? Carlos Perez is gonna be not gonna be like that. We got Under at what age? 21?
Yeah.
No, I mean he was 19, I think.
What? Really? That young?
Yeah, he was very young when he first broke through.
I think he was. I think he was 20 then.
Maybe.
Don't think he was.
I think when we got him, he was 19.
Carlos Perez has been wanted by La Liga side since he was 16.
Yeah.
And he stayed in La Masia to make the first team with Barcelona. You know, whereas Under got bought out of Turkey before 20. Saying something for that for me, it just shows he's been good for longer.
He scored in the Champions League against Inter.
Yeah.
I think Carlos Perez honestly was. I honestly think he would probably start at a lot of La Liga sides.
Yeah.
Like I think he was honestly just in the situation he was in because he wanted to play for Barca. I mean, you've seen how upset he's been since he's been sold. He brings it up all the time. He wanted to be Barca's first team player, and unfortunately, Barca just don't do that anymore. They'd rather go spend 150 million on someone.
Yeah.
So, and I think it was almost like, we don't really care. We don't need money. We don't need you anymore. Just
we gave
15 million.
Him 10 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what we saying? A 7?
7, yeah.
I'll give him a 7.
Yeah. All right. So next player is
Superstar time.
What?
Huh?
Superstar time or not yet?
Kalinic.
I think. Ouch! My heart. You just called Kalinic a superstar.
He is a superstar.
I think it's funny time.
He's the standard to the new Roma striker.
No one is going to understand this. No one will know this joke.
All right. I think it's time for Daniolo. And I won't let Sebek talk.
I think that, I'm not gonna lie, I think that he's been somewhat inconsistent the first half of the season. I think that before he got that criticism from Capello, he didn't really show what at least I expected from him.
I agree.
But since then, he had a run when he scored in 5 straight games against teams like Milan, Napoli, Mönchengladbach. They're good teams to score against. And the way he scored as well. I mean, the one-on-one versus Udinese, a pretty simple goal. But the Napoli one was a thunderbolt.
No, but the Udinese goal was beautiful because from the moment he saw he was clear, he knew he was scoring. No other Roma player has that, and that's something you need. That's why I want him as a striker, because he thought, these guys really thought, and he just put it through the keeper's legs, Whereas Dzeko, it's like, and then misses or miskicks it or kicks around, or he's taken so long to shoot the defender's tackled him,
Yeah.
But I gotta say, I honestly think that he looks better after the injury than he did before.
Yeah.
He has a complete new approach, a new killer instinct that he never had before. He walks around with 8 chips on his shoulder every game.
Exactly, and he's gotten smarter. He knows, he thinks about what he's doing now. Before, I feel like he just went on instinct, kind of. Now he actually
Although Sevilla almost erased all of, I'm saying like Sevilla, he went back to old Zaniolo, immature. He didn't show that intelligence. But I'm saying that's like I said, Sevilla is a different story.
Exactly. That's not a game that should reflect our season at all.
I think he's a 7.5.
I would also say 7.5. Bias and nice goals aside, I think it's a 7.5.
You know what? Also, I think something that needs to be considered is the personality that he brings to the team. Like, the team looks different when he plays, even when he plays bad, because he's there and brings that personality. And I think that's an important factor to remember.
Yeah.
I think a 7.5.
That's like with Totti, where at a point, if Roma didn't have Totti, they wouldn't play. Not even they weren't as good, they just would refuse. They just didn't have any self-belief. And it's not always such a good thing, but it is still something he brings. It is still something you have to credit him for.
Yeah. Exactly. Should we move on to our boy Dzeko?
I
think Sasha needs to start on this. I think I just...
Go ahead. I'm gonna just lean back.
Yeah, me too.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
It's impossible. It's an impossible, because I say he misses so many chances. You tell me 18 goals, 15 assists. I say 18 goals, 15 assists. You say he misses so many chances.
Yeah.
So what? It's an impossible one to give. I want to give him an 8 because I think he had some shockers. He missed a lot of chances, but I think if we
wait, did you see an 8?
Yeah, listen to me.
Are you good?
What? Listen to me. Just listen to what I'm saying. He missed he missed some terrible chances. He had some shocking games, and he had a bad attitude. But the bad attitude was one game. It was only one game where he really had a bad attitude. Otherwise, this season it was a big improvement from last season. Given the context of Roma's attack, where the only other reliable attacker was Mkhitaryan, who only became available at the end of essentially as Corona hit. He's been having to lead a very inexperienced line throughout the whole season. He still managed to get a double figure. He was still our top goal scorer and our top assister. 13 assists for your number 9 is almost enough to warrant 20 missed chances. Because when you're creating at that level, especially with an offense as young as that around you, he was basically our entire offensive load for most of the season. And that's why I want to give him an 8. He didn't play as an 8 really, but considering the expectations for the guy, what he ended up giving us, I want to give him an 8.
It's
because not many players in the world could have the season under the circumstances Dzeko had.
Sasha, I just want to remind you, like, if I could edit, I would put this in now, but I want to remind you something you said about 20 minutes ago. When we gave Mkhitaryan a 7.5, you said if any attacker gets a higher rating than him, I will be very mad.
That is very true. But when I said offensive players, I was speaking about the 3 behind the number 9.
Okay.
As in that attacking mid, right wing, left wing spot. You know what I mean?
Accept that.
I didn't know how else to call it.
I'll accept it.
But that is a very good point. That is a very good point. But honestly, but I think I would rather disagree with myself then and stand by this. I do think if we have to take into context, I think if Mickey was fit the whole season, I would probably put him higher than Dzeko. But I just think I almost give Dzeko 7.5, but I want to give him more credit just because
But I'm gonna say
of how he carried the team, you know.
If I was looking at the way he played and didn't know the stats, I would give you a massive shin. But considering the way he actually prevailed this season compared to last with the goals and some actually important ones, I think that I could agree with an 8, but I myself would say 7.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like a 7.5 too. I feel like he's just like if you missed like 21 chances or something, I feel like that's just I don't know. I think this is also like a way to credit our attacking midfielders and Fonseca. The fact that they've created like 35 chances or something for him in the league, even more maybe. That's very, very good. So I think this is also something we should consider later when we review Fonseca. But I do recognize that he is a good assist man. Now with the new formation, I don't think that's needed anymore. I think he's just getting in the way of Pellegrini.
I think his time is finished.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, as I said before, a player with those stats can't be lower than like a 7.5. He has contributed a lot and he has helped the team. So I think that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, I also think he missed a lot of chances, but there were very few games where he was actually bad. You know?
Yeah.
And you also have to consider he's not an Immobile. That's not his role at Roma.
No.
You know, his role is to, like, as much as he misses a lot of chances, it's not as if all he's there to do is score, and he's not doing that. And therefore, you know, it's almost like he's contributing so much. If he actually was a world-class finisher, he'd be the best striker in Serie A.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing.
No, I understand that, and I think it's fair. But I think what we need now is a score.
As long as it's not like a 6 or something, we can agree.
No. I think a 7.5 is fair. Let's
so Smalling en route. Smalling en route, baby. He's en route to lift the big one.
Yeah.
Guys, we should probably hurry up a bit.
Yeah.
That's true.
Sebe, you wanna do the Kalinic one?
I'm just gonna say there's not much to say about his play. 5 for me. I don't think he deserves less because he actually has some output, especially later on. I'm gonna say he was not as bad as Cristante.
Yeah, I'd say 5.5 because I think before lockdown he was probably a 4, but then after lockdown, for a backup striker, he's probably been a 7. He scored like 4 games in a row coming off the bench.
I think.
So I'm saying I think a 5.5 is kind of like.
I think he's made some good contributions when he has started. He has been scoring and assisting. So
the Cagliari game was really good.
Exactly, and same with what was it? The Spal game when he got a goal and assist. Like
I'm gonna give him a 5.5, but just because of the Pisacane thing when it was like, yeah, stay down.
What a man! Yeah, I think a 5.5 is fair. It's not like he can't get a 6 because he's just not that good of a player. But yeah.
6 would be for me if he was slightly worse than he has been post lockdown the whole season. That'd be a 6.
Yeah.
If he was lockdown level the whole season, it's a 7 post lockdown level.
Yeah. Okay, fair. But yeah, should we move on to Fonseca then?
I
want to give him a 7. I think per season.
7?
I want to give him an 8, just because of I think he's one of the smarter coaches in the entire league. His way of adapting is second to none, honestly. The way he tries to change the non-winning culture is very, I think it's brave, the way he did with Mancini and Zaniolo and everything, and that takes cojones. And I think that the way he drastically improved the team when it was needed the most honestly shows the signs of a fantastic coach.
Yeah. No, I think considering how much he had going against him, I think it's very impressive. But first, it's the
all the injuries, and at the start all the refereeing decisions, and the squad wasn't quite complete. I thought there were some important elements missing. I think the way he reacted to that bad run of form around Christmas was very good. Like after Christmas was very good. And then also the fact that now Petracchi was fired, and we had no sporting director. And I don't know how many people know what a sporting director really is, but it's not just about making transfers. He is there to help the manager, and he often is part of training sessions, helps him with that. Like he's almost as a bit of an assistant sometimes, So it still has impact on the team, and that he still reacted well, and we still did well. And now the Sevilla game, like we got a new owner, like 8 hours before the game started. No, maybe more. Like 16 hours before the game started.
And I gotta say, I've supported Fonseca through the entire season because I think we need to finally have patience with a coach for once. And he won me over with Cagliari, where he took that red card. Because that showed personality, unlike, for example, Di Francesco. And just a quick disclaimer: he's the best dresser in the league, except for Beppe Iachini.
Oh, stop with your Swedish shit. But yeah, I don't think an 8 is quite I don't think he's done quite enough for an 8. We still finished 5th.
So where I take away the 8 is, I think the 8, you have to consider things like we didn't win any big games.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean we won Napoli and Milan, but they were both on terrible form when we beat them.
Exactly.
I think the way he handled Florenzi, for example, is quite a flaw.
Yeah.
That potentially, or like you need to be able to get better at managing those personalities. You need as a coach to be able to get the guy to want to sit on the bench for the team.
Yeah.
That's what a great coach does in that. And then the other thing is I also think multiple 3-game loss in a row, that's really bad. That is really bad. I mean, I'm sorry, that's why I hesitate to give him an 8,
I think we've had some bad runs of form when I did actually question whether we should keep him. I never thought we should get rid of him, but there were some moments where I was like, maybe it's starting to be about time we consider. And he has made some mistakes in game management. So
no, but that's where I think he excelled. That he oftentimes managed to turn things around in game.
Yeah, no, oftentimes, but sometimes he also fucked up. So
yeah, I mean, Sebe pointed out in the other episode that at halftime we're always looking so much better, which means he's fucking it up something in the beginning,
That too. But yeah, I think I don't know.
We can go 7.5.
I could definitely settle for 7 and 7.5. He impressed me a lot.
Do you know what, Sebe? Do you know what I think? I think this season tells me he's a coach who could achieve an 8 or a 9 in the future.
Yeah.
And it's similar to the Ibanez season almost. It's actually very similar. There's so much potential there, but there were mistakes that for now holds it back, I think.
No, exactly. And I think a lot of players have actually improved under him. Like Ibanez and Villar. I think both of them were released from bigger clubs, and still were given a chance now, and succeeded very well. Pellegrini improved a lot. Mkhitaryan had a revival. Smalling,
So I'm saying, if you look at it if we just look at players that were here under us, under Fonseca and last season, Dzeko improved 10 times mentally. To get a person who was as done with Roma as Dzeko was, to recommit the way he has, you have to credit him for doing that. Pellegrini does look better. I mean, he's looked like he's growing.
Last season wasn't really good for Pellegrini, so I think this was a big
Zaniolo's
definitely growing every match. He's growing. So I'm saying, and I think everyone else is on. Kolarov is Yeah, but they weren't. Yeah, I'm saying under.
No, I know, but I mean just other players that also improved.
Oh yeah, throughout the season, yeah. I think like Kolarov is probably the only one from last season who got worse, but
when he got worse, Fonseca found a way to make him better.
Very true. Found a way to cover that, and also I think you also have to credit Fonseca because any man who can get anything out of Bruno Perez must actually be a miracle worker. That actually might bring it to an 8 for me. I don't know.
Yes, 8 gang.
But yeah, I think 7.5, boys.
I think so too. I think that's fair.
I
want to move on to Petracchi. And I think I want to take the lead on this because I have some thoughts about him. Because I know a lot of people have been very happy with him and thought he was an absolutely brilliant. And I've said this before, but after think about it a bit, I realized that maybe he's not as good as we've said, or has done as good of a job as some people said. Because he has found some absolutely world-class hidden gems like Ibanez, like Villar, like Diawara even, I would say is because he was considered a flop at Napoli. I don't know if this is credit to Fonseca or Petracchi because that's impossible to tell still. And he has done some absolutely wonder moves in the market. He sold the right players, I thought. Like maybe El Shaarawy wasn't good, but still. Yeah, no, Manlas.
That felt good.
El Shaarawy, I don't think we had much. Huh?
Viva Barcelona.
Yeah.
Fuck Manolas. Sorry, Napoli, but fuck Manolas.
That's our daily fuck Manolas.
What?
Yeah. That was our obligatory fuck Manolas.
Exactly. We have to have at least once in a
We should call this the Fuck Manolas podcast.
Love it. But then he hasn't quite, as I said, I feel like this team wasn't quite ready. Like it wasn't quite complete. You know, like Kalinic as a backup striker.
Zero, my friend.
Huh?
Yeah. You're zero though, literally.
Yes, yeah, no, like Kalinic, like having Fazio as the backup center, Fazio and Jesus as backup center backs, having no real backup right back. Like it was like 2 left backs, like Spinazzola and Kolarov that were
having 2 ACL injuries in the same season.
Oh yeah, that's. Oh yeah, no, we did actually have both Zappacosta and Florenzi. Never mind that. But still, also we only had 3 defensive midfielders at the start of the season when playing with 2. Like that's. Yeah. There were some things that just weren't quite ready, and also having 3.
They miscalculated.
No, but
I mean, like Pellegrini in the first game. Sorry, continue.
That's what I gotta say. You mentioned a lot of flaws, and I think that's what made Fonseca an 8 for me. That he managed to get 70 points in one of the toughest Serie A seasons, despite all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the thing is what I was gonna say was, if you think about that whole like 3 defensive midfielders thing, right? Mm-hmm. Pellegrini at the first game played defensive midfielder, and then after that they moved him forward. Zaniolo played as number 10 in the first game.
Yeah.
So they miscalculated that. They thought Pellegrini would be depth there, but he wasn't.
But then maybe like was Pellegrini played there because they only had him as an option, or maybe should Petracchi already see that Pellegrini is not a defensive midfielder? He can't defend well enough. Like it's like
yeah,
that.
No, I agree
don't know.
I agree with you. That's the miscalculation. That's the mistake.
Exactly. Also, the fact that we had at the end of the season now we had 3 left wingers and 3 right wingers.
Yeah.
Like just things like that. Like because we had Mkhitaryan, Kluivert, and Perotti, and Zaniolo, Carles Perez, Under, and then Pastore, Pellegrini, attacking midfielders. Like that's
so much.
That's very like weirdly. It's not quite ready.
I think we also have to take into consideration the break. Yeah. Because, for example, we didn't expect to have Zaniolo.
Yeah, you're right.
For any of these games,
But still, like, you still get my point. It's not quite balanced the right way.
Many mistakes were there. But I also think it's very similar to Fonseca's season. Because Ibanez, Villar, and Carles Perez are actually 3, like, to do in January. Wow.
Yeah,
that's flipping the place as well.
Absolutely insane. And as I said, even Veretout.
32, he got like 15, even maybe even less. Like that's a brilliant signing. Smalling was lucky, I think, because I think Smalling was like a last minute signing. He couldn't find anyone
and I
else.
think Mkhitaryan was lucky.
Mkhitaryan, I don't know. I think Mkhitaryan could have been like more planned, like he knew what he was doing. But
so what do we say? I'd say maybe a 6.5.
Yeah. I want to add one more thing. That this squad has insane potential, and he has built a very good core of it.
But,
and that's credit to him.
But the thing is that what's needed now is to build around it.
Yeah, and the squad that he got, like he didn't inherit a good squad at all. So he had tough work to do.
I mean, our last season squad was not good at all.
No, exactly.
It was fair for us.
So I think a 6.5 or 7 even.
I gotta say 7 because I think signings wise it was almost 10, but I think
I'll go for a 7.
Yeah, 7.
All right, then
and then
be on a 7.
Should we say Pallotta? You get a 5 for your time in Roma. You did a lot, but not good enough. I don't think. I think in the end it wasn't good enough.
You know what? I'm gonna say this: that ability-wise, I don't think he's done a terrible job. I think like a 6 or maybe even 6.5. But just for letting De Rossi and especially De Rossi go in the way he did, never coming to Rome, being rude, like disrespect, like all those things he's done brings his rating down because none of the fans like him.
And the entire Roma isn't a supermarket thing.
Exactly. He's lied to us so many times. Like, I think, I want to talk a bit about the staff that we have, because I thought about this earlier today, just popped up in my head. So I haven't elaborated this thought. So if it's wrong, just call me out on it. But at the start of the season and all the previous seasons, we've had a lot of injury problems, especially with muscular injuries. But and we changed most of the staff, like the training staff or whatever. And as the season gone on, I feel like we have had less muscular injuries and less big injuries. We had the Zaniolo one, but that was like that game. There were 2 ACL injuries in one game, and they had played a rugby game like 3 days before, and Lazio played the day before. So that was the pitch, I think. Yeah. But I don't know. I think that we can't quite judge this yet. We have to look throughout the whole of next season. But I think maybe that's a sign that we have a better physical team. I don't know how to say it. Physical preparators.
Physiotherapists.
Yeah.
Team of physios.
Or maybe also the medical staff. I don't know exactly how these things works. But anyways, I think it's a good sign. We look better. And the way Zaniolo recovered is also props to the medical team. Mm-hmm. I don't know. So I think just a shout out to them. I don't think we can give them a rating because we can't see exactly what they do.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Hopefully it's a sign for things to come.
Exactly.
We should probably quickly go through favorite moment, favorite goal, and best player.
Favorite game as well.
Oh, favorite game, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do this quick, boys, because I honestly have to get going soon. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I agree. Me too. I think. Okay, let's start off with best player. Who is
Smalling?
What?
Yeah.
Smalling.
Yeah.
We love you, Christopher. We'll see you soon.
Favorite goal? I gotta say, my personal favorite was probably Kluivert versus Udinese because of the whole build-up and team goal. But I think the best one was Sanis versus Spal.
Yeah.
I think I'll give it between Zani versus Spal, and then the 2 Dzeko ones.
Yeah.
The first volley, the volley I'm talking about, and then where he weaved in. I don't even remember. He took the ball and he weaved through 3 defenders, and then he just became Messi. It was
that was
that was the top goal as well.
And then Sanis goal with Napoli.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
That was nice. So maybe I'd say those are my top 3: Zani's goal and those 2 Dzeko goals.
I think that Kluivert versus was it
Hellas.
Oh yeah, the one with
insane Pellegrini assist and then a great finish by Kluivert. I thought that was a great goal as well. I think maybe that's my favorite one because I just love the assist so much.
Okay.
But yeah.
Favorite game.
Favorite game. Oh, for me, it's. I know you're not gonna say the same, but the second derby, just because it was my birthday and I was there. Yeah. So of course that's gonna be my favorite game. Like, there's no discussion for me.
Oh.
You said?
Oh, I don't know honestly. I really liked even though the result wasn't as we wanted. I really liked how we played and everything in the second Inter game.
Yeah, that's a shout. I'll say got two. The Juve game just because it was fun, and we got to see Villar pop off, and it's always nice to beat Juve. But the first Fiorentina game, I think maybe my favorite.
That was a huge game, yeah.
Good shout.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite moment.
Favorite moment? Sure. I think when I really loved when Smalling and Mancini were.
The picture. Yeah,
that's great.
That is my favorite moment of the season. Honestly, that picture is. When we look back to that picture in 5 years, it's gonna be an iconic one.
Yeah.
I think just because I'm a bit gay, when Zaniolo scored, I don't know which one it was, but he scored, and he celebrated. He didn't do anything, but he just ran and he jumped and just.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that was Milan.
That was too fire.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I'm probably gonna say Zaniolo's goal versus Brescia because that was like he's back. Or no. Actually, I'm gonna say something absolutely crazy. It's gonna sound ridiculous, but Villar's miss versus Parma, the second one. Hear me out now, because the assist or the pass from Zaniolo showed how much he had improved.
Yeah.
So just for that assist, the miss was fucking tragic, but the assist was brilliant.
Favorite moment of the season is the press conference when Ibanez and Villar got introduced. Looking at it from now.
Yeah.
Greatest moment, pivotal moment in Roma history. Moment of the season. Bullshit. Fuck everything said. Baby Dan. What am I getting sold?
Yeah.
Moment of the season by far.
Yes, that's definitely the moment of the season.
It's over.
Of course.
It's over.
Of course.
Yeah. I think best of luck. I think, guys, I'm going to have to get going.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say best of luck to Dan. And I'm really looking forward to this new leadership.
Yeah.
And we're going to discuss transfer rumors next week.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
I think we're gonna discuss transfer rumors, and at some point we're gonna do our transfer market just before the transfer market opens. I'm not sure when that is.
September.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna do like our favorite moments of the transfer market, or like what we would do as a transfer market. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next episode, and
cheers, guys.
I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, cheers, guys. Bye.
Bye.